that was in 2007 and 2008. And it is totally understandable that people who lived through that expect that or think that a crash could happen again. And I am not saying that a crash will not happen again. I would never say that. I am an analyst. My whole purpose is to think in probabilities, and there is a chance that the housing market would crash. There are scenarios that I could see happening where the housing market crashes. But is that a likely scenario right now? No. It is not a likely scenario right now. If you can get into the housing market and just ride normal appreciation, the normal trajectory of the housing market, that's great. Sometimes you will buy a little high. Other times you will buy a little low. But if you keep buying at regular intervals, by definition, you're going to, over time, achieve that average, and that average is good enough. Now, I understand the impulse to say, I'm just only going to buy when it's low. But no one knows when it's low. Literally, since I've been a real estate investor, 16 years, every single year, a very famous, a very prominent, a very reputable person has said the housing market's going to crash. In 2014, really popular influencers, Robert Kiyosaki, right, was saying that the housing market was going to crash. I have seen other influencers say this every single year for the last 15 years. No one knows if it's going to happen or when it's going to happen. And if you think about all the people who said in 2015, oh, prices have been going up for 4 or 5 years, there's going to be a crash. Think about, you just missed the biggest bull market in the history of the housing market. How much wealth did you lose because of that? If you're just sitting around waiting, you think you're going to be spending every day analyzing the housing market and say, you know what, I've figured out when the bottom is. Unlike every other housing market analyst who's spending all of their time on this, I, as a casual observer of real estate who have never bought a home, never bought a real estate property, I know when the bottom is. No, you don't. I don't even know. So the cost of waiting often exceeds the cost of getting in and maybe buying a little high, even if your property goes down 1% to 2% per year. This is the same thing with stocks, right? If you talk to any financial planner, they say, don't try to time the market. Just get in the market as long as possible. The same thing is true in real estate. I am not saying you should go out and buy anything. There is a lot of stuff on the market that is overpriced right now. But if you have a genuine understanding of market value, if you can do the things that we talk about on this channel all the time, like buying below current market comps, doing value add investing, getting cash flow, you can absolutely still make money right now, even if the market goes down next year. That's a paper loss. You can absolutely still make this work. Waiting has costs, and you're better off getting in and learning and allowing your investment to compound over time. That's